भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरभक्तिसेवाय हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जयतां सुरतुर्भङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतेर्गते मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्बजो श्रीराधा मदनमोहन दिव्योदविन्दारण कल्पद्रुमादिमदरत्नागर सिंहासनस्तु श्री श्रीनाथासुरखण्डदिव्यो पृष्ठलिप्यो शिवमान स्मरा श्रीमान रासरसाम्बिभं श्रीवटतटस्थितं दर्शनवेनो शनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथस्यस्तु श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। क्या हिंदी हो गया? क्या सुना? हिंदी इंग्लिश कुछ अच्छा है?
Hindi will common, this will translate in English, everybody can use. Then everybody, Chinese also can use. English can understand.
अच्छा हम लोग सर्वप्रथम मध्य गुरुपाद
Lotus feet of my Guru Pad Padma, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astotra Sata Sisimet Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and Astotra Sata Sisimet Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Onto their lotus feet, I offer my unlimited Dandavat Pranam. And furthermore, I offer my obeisances to Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astotra Sata Sisimet Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj, and all the onto the lotus feet of all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Since a couple of days, we are here because of the unlimited mercy, Ahituka Kripa, costless mercy of Guru Vaishnavas and Nityananda Prabhu. And since some days we've been doing the parikrama, and Nityananda Prabhu had taken Jiva Goswami Pad and did perform this Navadvipa parikrama. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Navadvipa Dham Mahatma Grantha, the scripture, had very beautifully, in very beautiful words, in a beautiful form, that we can understand the greatness of this Dham. In this way, he glorified Navadvipa. And yesterday, we went to Ikachakra, to Nityananda Prabhu's appearance place. Very beautiful. And Nityananda Prabhu's appearance place, we have did darshan there. We have visited that. We have heard from Vaishnavas lotus mouth through our Guru Pad Padma their glories, what they have heard from Guru Pad Padma. And today Vrajanandan Sham Sundar, he came with Radha Bhav and her complexion. He appeared in this world. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is being told in Dvapara Krishna, he's coming as the son of Nanda Maharaj. Sutta means son. And this Nanda Sutta, the son of Nanda Maharaj, this Vrajanandan Sham Sundar, he appeared. And Mother Sachi Devi, he appeared there as the son of her, Sachinandan Gaur Hari. This Mahaprabhu's Leela is actually eternal. And actually Navadvipa Dham and Vrindavan Dham are one. This is the greatness. On the one hand, you have Navadvip Dham, and the other hand, the other side, you have Vrindavan Dham. Both the dhams, there are no difference between them. Just like a coin has two sides. The other side is one side, and the other side is the picture. But both is one. It's the same. And in this way, Gaur Dham and Vrindavan Dham are non-different from each other. But for the sake of performing Leelas, pastimes, we are seeing this in two types, Audharya-maya Leela and Madhurya-maya Leela. Two types of Leela. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela is Audharya-maya Leela. Udhar-maya Leela. What kind of Udhar? Magnanimous and munificent. Like how great this is. Because in his Leela, he distributes everybody without any discrimination. And this is why in his Leela, the pastimes is Audharya-maya Leela. Madhurya-maya Leela is Krishna's Leela in Braj, in Vrindavan. There, Madhurya-maya Leela is very beautiful. And the eternal Golok Vrindavan Dham, Krishna himself, he is in this. He is actually always in the Nityamaya Dham as Gauranga Roop, in his Gauranga Swarup form, but he didn't give this darshan to everybody. And what is it with Bhagavan? If one sees his form, because his form and his Atma, his body and Atma are one. Our body and Atma are different from each other. Just like you're looking at my body, and the Atma which is inside, this is the soul within my body, is different from the body. But by performing bhajan, we can know our eternal Swarup. And in this way, in Mahaprabhu's Leela, in Krishna Leela, is actually one, but also in two forms. It manifests in two forms. The first is Aishwarya-maya Leela, and the second is Madhurya-maya Leela. Very beautiful form he takes. And how can we give the evidence of this? That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his eternal Swarup, in Golok Vrindavan is eternally there. What is the evidence of this? It's not just by doing lip service. You have to have Shastra Gyan, the evidence from the scriptures that Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, is he Krishna himself or not? This is the question. And our acharyas, they're giving very beautifully this vichara, this consideration, and the evidence of this. In the eternal Golok Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu's Leela is also there. Where? in Nidhuvan.
कुछ लोग कहते हैं
Some people are saying,
ये वृंदावन में महाप्रभु
oh, in Vrindavan, there's no Mahaprabhu's Leela. But this is not like this. Mahaprabhu's Dham
वृंदावन के सारे
in Vrindavan, oh, Mahaprabhu's Dham is included in Vrindavan's Dham. Remember this is included in Vrindavan Dham. It is hidden, like Gupt. Gupt is hidden. Just like, for example, in Gokul, Vrindavan,
ये महाप्रभु की लीला में
in Mahaprabhu's Leela, in Mahaprabhu's Dham, you cannot see Gokul and Vrindavan in their real form. But in Vrindavan, you have Shyamkunda, Radhakunda,
और वहीं पर इन सीक्वेंस
and there you have a certain sequence. But
बहुत उनको फैला हुआ है और बिखरे हुए हैं। क्या हुआ फैला हुआ है
and the other Dham is very much far away from each other, like very broad.
क्योंकि ये नवद्वीप धाम की परिक्रमा करने से वृंदावन धाम की परिक्रमा
In Navadvipa Dham Parikrama, if you perform Navadvipa Dham Parikrama, then you get the fruits of the performing Vrindavan Parikrama. Because Vrindavan Parikrama is included in this.
ऐसा
This is it. This is the way.
जमुना के इस पर चार
Jamuna has, on this side, has,
पांच
on this side 4, and the other side 5 forests.
तो कितने हुए
And how much are those? 9. 4 and 5 is 9. In the Ganga, this side you have 4 forests, and the other side of the Ganga you have 5 forests. Because we're crossing the Ganga every time.
उसी प्रकार
And in this way, in Vrindavan Dham,
जैसे
there is like,
हम लोग कहाँ गए
where did we went?
जो कभी भी गए
Jogpit,
अंतर्देश
Antardeep,
और जहाँ
and
गए
everywhere where we went, just like
भंडीरवर्ग
Bhandirvar, Taliban, Nituvan, Nikunjavan, all these are manifested also in this Navadvipa Dham.
किंतु जोगमाया के
But
द्वारा
because of Jogmaya, we cannot see this.
कब देखें कृपा करी
When can we see this? By mercy. When Maya, Jogmaya, will remove her spell of illusion, then we can have the real Dham Darshan, see the real Dham. And this Mahaprabhu's Leela is some people are saying Mahaprabhu's Leela is not in Vrindavan Leela, but this is wrong. Because in Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu is also manifested there, his whole Dham. But how did he manifest there? In a hidden way, Gupta way.
भजन करते करते
And by performing bhajan and sadhan, performing there, the place will manifest on its own. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is glorifying this in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as he's saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came for the reason of chanting the holy names and performing this Nam Sankirtan Yajna.
आषाढ़ी महीने में पूर्णिमा में
And Phaluka Purnima, this month, Mahaprabhu is appearing. When Mahaprabhu appeared,
और जोग मैंने उसको
what did Yogmaya do?
कहा
She? What did she do?
निधु
In Nidhuvan, she was hidden. Mahaprabhu's Leela is there also in the spiritual, in Vrindavan Dham, and also in Navadvip. But in Vrindavan Dham, this Leela is covered, is in a hidden way. Just like Srila Vishnava Chakravarti Path, in his Grantha, he is describing very beautifully.
एक समान वृंदावन में
In Vrindavan, in Nidhuvan,
संग राधा जी
Radhaji herself is coming with her Sakhis to see her Pran Priyatam, her dearmost, Govinda, to perform these loving pastimes. And furthermore,
अधिक रात्रि होने के नाते समस्त सखियां
after becoming dark, all the Sakis are going into their houses. And in this Niviji Nikunja, Radhika and Krishna, what are they doing? Are going to take rest there. Both of them, their eyes are they cannot open their eyes anymore. Why? Because the other evening, they had a lot of activities. What did they do? Nitya Geet Ari. Eternal, the whole night they were singing and dancing. With so much bliss. And after this, Radha Krishna, they became tired. They wanted to take a rest. They became tired. And at that moment, Vrinda Devi, she decorated this beautiful Nikunja where Radha and Krishna could take rest. And all the Sakis, what they were doing, the Manjaris, what they were doing, they were there, and Radha Govinda's darshan they had. To see them, they had made small holes, like small holes in the Nikunja, so they can see from the side. And in this way, Radha and Krishna, they were resting in Iduvan. And Radhaji, she was astonished. She came. Srimati Radhika said, "Look." The Rasta is closed here, he said. He could not walk here, he said. Radha Krishna at that time, they were resting, taking rest. And both of them, it's called Sri. In very deep sleep they were, that they didn't know what was happening. Lila Purushottam, Lila Dhari, Krishna's Lila Purushottam, and he knows what kind of Lila to perform. And there in Vraj, Krishna is sleeping. Does Thakurji ever sleep like Krishna? But for performing the Leelas, he's sleeping. Bhagavan is coming in the human-like form and performing his Leelas. And at that time, in the middle of the night, she woke up Radhaji and woke Krishna also. Oh, Priyatam Krishna, wake up, wake up. You know, I had such a dream. And in my sleep, I had such a dream that one personality came. And Krishna told, oh, Radhe, just tell me, what was he looking like? What was the dream like? In the Arshastras, it's being said, if you have a dream in the Brahman Murta, then this is a very true dream. This is not a false dream. And after seeing this dream, if you sleep again, then this sapna will go away. So if you have a very nice dream, then if you have a bad dream, then you wake up very quickly, and if you have a nice dream, you sleep very long. But this should be different. Do you understand? Like if you have this bad dream in the night time, then you have to wake up. After wake up, then you sleep again, because the inauspiciousness will go away. And if you have a very good dream, then what do you do? What do you do? By seeing a good dream, you wake up. Because how will you know that you have a good dream? Because you wake up. And then you know, oh, I have seen this dream. And if you wake up, then you don't have to sleep again. So this is very important. If you have an auspicious dream, a good dream, and don't tell to anyone also. If you have a very good dream, don't tell to anyone. I can tell to you. If you tell to someone, then the fruitfulness of this dream cannot come. This is written in our Shastras. Sapna Vigyan. Sapna Vigyan is the knowledge of the dreams. If you have a bad dream, then you wake up and go sleep again. And if you have a very good dream, then you do not sleep again anymore. You have to remember this. Do you understand? Yes, you understand. And in the evening, in the midnight, Srimati Radhika, she woke up. She woke also her Pranpriyatam Govinda. Hey Krishna, I had a dream, and there, Radharani said, I had this dream. When did you saw this dream? In Brahma Murta, very early morning. In the Brahma Murta, Radharani, Srimati Radhika saw this dream. And what kind of dream was it? Acha or buri, good or bad? It was a bad dream, Radhaji is saying. I had a bad dream, Radhaji was telling. And I cannot forget this dream, even until now. And what kind of bad dream did you see? I was with somebody else instead of you. Do you understand? In the Shastras, in our scriptures, it's written, if a chaste lady leaves her husband and sees dream of another man, then it's bad. Buri. What is the Buri Sapna, the bad dream? For example, you are walking and you're walking with other man. What is this? This is a bad dream. If a chaste lady sees a dream with another man instead of her husband. And if you see a dream with your own husband, then you see it as a good dream. This is good. And Srimati Radhika told at that time, in my dream I had a darshan, I saw another man. And her mind became very disturbed. And this is why I'm telling you, if you see one dream and you tell the dream to another person, then it will go away. But if you keep this dream, then it will come true. So Radhaji told, I have had a bad dream, so what to do? So that's why I want to tell you this. Krishna said, okay, what kind of bad dream did you see? What kind of dream did you see? Just tell me. Bataye, tell me. Radhaji told, this Pranpriyatam Govinda, in my dream, there was a very beautiful Brahman. A very beautiful Brahman with both hands. Until his hands came until his knees, like very long arms he had. He had such a beautiful complexion, Tapta Kanchan. I saw a Brahman like this, and this, not only this Brahman was singing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, and this Brahman I saw in my dream. I saw one Brahman like this. How was this Brahman? Krishna is not even less. He told, oh, how was this Brahman? Very beautiful. Just like a divine personality. Tapta Kanchana Gaura. That means Brahman with a golden complexion. I could not forget him. And very large eyes. Very beautiful nose. His eyes very beautiful. And his hands, feet, very beautiful. And his form, he had like golden complexion, was coming out of his body, golden glow. And 12 places he had tilak. This beautiful Brahman was walking and with a bald head, with no hair. With no hair. He shaved his head. And that person had shaved his head, is walking there with bald head, and from his eyes tears were flowing. With two arms in the air, he was chanting this. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, And this is why I saw this Brahman and I became a little bit scared. Then Srimati Radhika was thinking, oh, I had dreamt about another person. This Brahman was chanting Hare Krishna with very high, in ecstatic mood. He was dancing. And this Brahman, when he said Hare, then I was thinking he's calling me. When it was Krishna, sometimes he was saying Hare Krishna, both them. Tell me please, that Brahman, who is he? And why? He appeared in my dream. Hey Govinda, hey Pran Priyatam. Oh, even beside you, I haven't even thought of some person in my life before. And this Katha, Krishna listened to this and he said, did you see something more? And Radhaji said, this Brahman, when he was chanting this, that Brahman was starting to dance. That Brahman, how did the Brahman know? In his neck, he has his kanti, mala, and janil, this Brahman thread, which is very pure. And what is he has? This sika on his head. Sika op zijn hoofd. Op 12 plaatsen, 12 places he had tilak. And tears were flowing from his eyes. That kind of Brahman had appeared. Sometimes he was chanting this Mahamantra. And I saw that there is not something else, that Radha and Krishna combined. This Hare Krishna, that Hare Krishna in one, Radha Krishna in one, and I saw him, Radha Krishna in one, chanting. That Brahman, I had darshan from him, I saw him very beautifully. And Srimati Radhika, Krishna heard this Harikatha and told, oh, Radha, you are my most dearmost. How did you see? That is not just a certain person. Because if you see a bad dream, then you have to wake up and sleep again. And Krishna told, hey Radha, this Brahman which you saw, this Brahman is nobody else but me. Radhaji said, oh, how did you took sannyas? And how did you have such a large figure, like a large form? And Krishna said, hey Radhe, I have unlimited forms. You have just saw my Krishna form and my Vrindavan Dham darshan. But beside this, there are unlimited forms and unlimited dhams also, holy places. Ananta Roop and Ananta, unlimited forms and unlimited holy places. Naradaji said, how can this be Ananta Roop, Ananta Sarup? Then Krishna himself, he had shown the unlimited forms of himself. just like Arjuna had showed Krishna his unlimited forms, in this way, Krishna had also showed the unlimited forms, the Sarup, to Radharani. And what did he do? He showed his Gauranga Sarup also. This Gauranga Sarup darshan Radharani had. The Gauranga Sarup darshan. What is his Gauranga Sarup? This Gauranga Sarup is very beautifully. If somebody just once have this darshan of my Gauranga Sarup, then all his wishes will be fulfilled. How beautiful this Tapta Kanchi, this golden complexion in this Gauranga Sarup. And in this way, Krishna, in Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, in all other incarnation, he manifests. And Radhaji said, this Sarup not, this Sarup not. And in the end, he manifested this Gauranga Sarup. And Radhaji said, yes, this Sarup I had darshan in my dream. And very beautiful, very long arms. And Jagatpriya Karuna Avatar, the most, like, he's giving this Karuna, this mercy to all living entities. When Mahaprabhu, like Krishna is very beautiful form, but Mahaprabhu, if you see this, because Radharani saw this Sarup which Krishna manifested there, Mahaprabhu's, and then she said, yes, this Sarup I saw in my dream. And how was this Brahman? He was sannyas. And Krishna said, I was this Brahman. Then how can you take sannyas? Radharani told. Because sannyas means that you detach from everything. But you are, I don't know what you are doing with all the gopis, the Ras Leela. Radharani is telling them, how can you take sannyas? And also, look, your complexion is blackish. But that Brahman was golden. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. Krishna told, hey Radhe, this is the transcendental pastimes in Vrindavan Dham. In this Vrindavan, everything has Chetan, has consciousness. And I took your Radha Bhav Kanti, the complexion and the mood of Srimati Radhika. I appeared in Brahma's one time in the day of Brahma, I take this Gauranga Sarup and appear in the material world. And in Kali Yuga, and you all have to come with me. In this Gauranga Sarup, you all have to come with me to distribute this love to all the living entities. And Radhaji said, no, I won't go. Because where my Giriraj Govardhan is not here, Radha Shamkund is not there, I won't go to that place. And this way Krishna told, hey Radhe, for you, especially, I will manifest this Vrindavan Dham also. And in this way, Krishna, he took this Aprakrit, this transcendental Vrindavan Dham, and manifested this. And also, together with all his associates, he came. Just like Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Thakur. All these associates he took with him. Mahaprabhu. Radhaji's, oh, this beautiful form. Why I'm saying this, Gurudev is telling. Just the way that Mahaprabhu's roop, which we are seeing here, in this way, in Aprakrit, transcendental Golok Vrindavan Dham, Mahaprabhu's also Swarup, he showed his Swarup there. Just like in Vrindavan, Krishna's darshan is being done. When he comes, Krishna comes on this material world, have this darshan. In this way, this Krishna Swarup is also present in this Nitya Golok Vrindavan, in the eternal abode. And in Bhagavad Vastu, it's with material things you cannot achieve transcendental knowledge. We have to realize this, because from realization we can have this darshan. And this is why in Vrindavan, Krishna himself, he showed this form of Matsya, Kurva, Varaha Adi. He showed his unlimited forms, these incarnations. And some big pandits are telling, oh, just by doing Vrindavan Parikrama, then you do only Vrindavan Parikrama, not Navadvipa Dham. But this is not the way, because Dham is Chinmayi, it's transcendental. And for Leelas, it's going very broad, very, very wide. And just like you have a certain tree. And it gives very small a certain tree. What kind of tree? Falgan tree. Bargat. A bergat. Oh, banyan tree. Banyan tree. Oh yes, a banyan tree. Yes. You must all have seen the banyan tree. That Navadvipa is also in Vrindavan present. The banyan tree, maybe the reflection. No? The reflection of a banyan tree? Not? It's coming and going, all this. I was saying, in this Bhagavad Leela, you cannot have Krishna darshan by only you need this anubhav, this transcendental realizations in your heart to have Krishna's darshan. Okay, coming back to the story, Radhaji had darshan from Krishna's unlimited forms, like Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Avatar, all these forms, and in the end she saw this Gauranga Swarup also. And this Swarup Radharani told, I saw, and Radharani said, I don't want to go in the material world. Because, and what did Krishna say? Look, why she doesn't want to come to the material world? There where Giriraj Govardhan is not, and Radha Shyamkundar is not there, then Krishna told, oh, by Jogmaya I will manifest everything there. And you have to come in Kali Yuga because to preach this Nam Sankirtan and to deliver all living entities. I'm coming there, I'm going there. But Radhaji said, oh, where Giriraj Govardhan is not present and where Radha Shyamkunda is not present, there I will not go. So Krishna, by his Yogmaya, he manifested whole Dham, Radhakunda, Shyamkunda, Giriraj Govardhan, everything he manifested. Where we are sitting, what is this, all this? This is Giriraj Govardhan? Kalhartika. This means this place, this lap of Giriraj Govardhan. The lap. The valley, yes, the valley of Giriraj Govardhan, where we are sitting just now. And where's Radhakund? The other day we went there to Radhakund. There's Radhakund. And how is this possible? That one place is somewhere, and what is the dham actually? It's just like a lotus. Sometimes it will close. come off, the lotus flower is opening, but sometimes with the moon rays it's opening and the sun rays it's closing. In this way, the dham, when we're looking at the dham, sometimes they open and sometimes it closes also, becoming small. Radhaji, she didn't want to come, but Krishna told, "Oh Radha, you have to come, and I will manifest this Vrindavan Dham for you." And what did Krishna do? All Vrindavan Dham, by the wish of Srimati Radhika, he manifested all this Vrindavan Dham also in Navadvipa. Mathura, Vrindavan, Nandagaon, Barsana, Tirkadamba. All these holy places he manifested in Navadvipa. Here. And Radhaji, she was very pleased when she saw this. And what did she do? She came in the form of Gadadhar Pandit. Radhaji came as Gadadhar Pandit. Swarup Damodar, who is he? Lalita Sakhi, Swarup Damodar. And in this way, all the associates came. And Krishna himself came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he distributed all this prem to everybody. And in this way, it's also giving the evidence that Mahaprabhu is also in Vrindavan. Why I'm saying this? Because big pandits are saying, oh no, only in Navadvip Dham is Vrindavan there, but in Vrindavan, Navadvip is not there. This is not the case. This is not true. This is why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is saying Krishna is Mahaprabhu, and in Mahaprabhu is also Krishna. So in Krishna is Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu is also Krishna. This are all being given as evidence. And Mahaprabhu, he manifested also all his associates, and in the end, Mahaprabhu in Mayapur, he appeared there. So in other places, his associates appeared, and then Mahaprabhu appeared himself. The other day, we went there. Such a beautiful place. There are Mahaprabhu's Janam Lila, his birth pastimes, and his birthplace. Very beautiful place. And that place was only hidden by, captivated by Muslim people. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he took Jagannath Jas Babaji Maharaj and established that place again. And Bhakti Pragyan Keshu Goswami Maharaj, with his associates, he went to that place and he took again, he manifested there. In this way, Navadvip Dham, just like Vrindavan Dham, Navadvip is inside Vrindavan and Vrindavan is inside Navadvip in the same way. And in Vrindavan Dham, if you do parikrama there, then you will also get the fruits of performing Navadvip parikrama. And sometimes people are saying only Vrindavan parikrama is only one parikrama. But this is not the case. By performing Vrindavan parikrama, you will also perform Navadvip parikrama simultaneously. This is the greatness, Mahima, the greatness of the Dham. Navadvip and Vrindavan Dham are called Audurya Dham is Navadvip Dham, and Vrindavan Dham is Madhurya Dham. Navadvip Dham is Audharya Pradhan Dham, and Madhurya Dham, Audharya Pradhan Madhurya Dham it's called. And Vrindavan Dham is called Madhurya Pradhan Audharya Dham. In this way. In Bhakti Ratna Grantha, this is being given
वृंदावन
Navadvip Dham and Vrindavan Dham.
नवद्वीप धाम के एक नाम है शतद्वीप किसने कहा
Navadvip, why is it called Svetadvip?
शतद्वीप इसलिए कहता है
Svetadvip means viraha, vipralamba bhava, separation mode.
और विशेष करके लॉर्ड चैतन्य
And
महाप्रभु
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
जब
when
प्रचार के
He-
चैतन्य महाप्रभु जब प्रचार
when he went,
प्रभु धाम
at that time,
प्रचार में दर्शन दिए इसे कहते हैं गुप्त धाम का
that Dham became Gupta Dham, the hidden Dham. When Mahaprabhu was in this world with thousands and thousands of persons, Mahaprabhu were walking off behind Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, was glorifying him. Just like all the acharyas, previous acharyas had performed Dham Parikrama, and Nityananda Prabhu did also this Dham Parikrama at first. And what is Nityananda Tattva? Is Dham Sarup, is manifesting the Dham. And he is the Dham Sarup, and Jiv Goswami Pad, he's taking and doing Parikrama. Navadvip Dham is Svetadvip, and Navadvip is also Svetadvip. Svetadvip, why I'm saying this? Why is it appeared? One day, Narad Rishi came to Navadvip Dham, and there, what did he see? He saw Krishna's separation. Krishna was there in separation mode, and what happened? His blackish color, his dark complexion became gold. Whenever Krishna is thinking of Radha and the Gopis, then his complexion is becoming gold. And in this way, Krishna, he took Radhaji's bhav and complexion, her mood and complexion, and came in Gauranga Swarup. Sri Goswami Maharaj is glorifying this. When Krishna is coming from the eternal Golok Vrindavan Dham in this world, then at that time, Radhaji is thinking, oh, my Pran Priyatam Govinda, how can he go through this, all of this? At that time, Radhaji herself, what does she do? She is. What does she do? She takes it. Okay. He's wrapping. He's wrapping. Oh, he's wrapping just like in the airport, some suitcase being wrapped. Radhaji is wrapping Krishna, just because in all Krishna's limbs, she puts her own herself. Why? Why? To protect him? Because Radhaji is thinking, hey Krishna, he comes from that dham to this dham, and how can he suffer from this vipralamba? How can he go through this separation mood? It's not so easy, because he's Bhagavad Prem. If you're suffering for Bhagavad Prem, this is not an ordinary thing. If you're suffering from this, and how Krishna can go through this suffering, and Radhaji has wrapped herself around Krishna, and Krishna's complexion became Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, this golden complexion. Aishwarya Dipam. Radhaji was thinking, oh, when my Pran Priyatam Govinda, my dearmost Govinda, I can do this for him. And that is why Radhaji herself wraps herself around Krishna's body. And all the limbs are wrapped by Srimati Radhika. And this is why it's said Gauranga is Krishna and Krishna is also Gauranga. Krishna and Gauranga, there's no difference between them. Vishnu Priya Devi and Radhaji, there is no difference between them. They are the same.
Excuse me. I just find him and then he needs the breath. But I'm not breath. Because it now smells.
Oh, fire sacrifice is going. He needs the thread.
So he needs this.
Yes. Okay.
Because if they run, I don't know. I just find him now. Sorry,
इसलिए मैंने कहा एक बार नारद ऋषि शतद्वीप धाम नवद्वीप धाम में प्रवेश किया। धाम कौन सा नवद्वीप?
And this was why I was saying that Narad Rishi came one day also to Svetadvip. In Navadvipa, there, Narad Rishi appeared there. Remember this. Where did he appear? In this Bhaum Navadvip Dam. And what did he see? So in this world, and he saw everything white. Why? Because in the Viraha Rang, in the separation mood, everything is white. And what is the color for the meeting? This is rahasya, this is very the greatness. The more you are in separation mood, the more you will become white. That is why all you from the Western, you're all white colored. Because you're in viraha you are very far, isn't it? Far from you, yeah, Gurudev. Separation from you. From Krishna. Sometimes I'm thinking, how does all these Western people become so white? Because there are so much longing in Krishna's separation. And from this longing and longing, they became white colored. They became white colored. Do you understand? And India, they are becoming black. And Surinamese people. Okay, I'm coming back to the story now. Because wherever you go, Tamil, you have different places. Chennai. Oh, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Look.
Yeah, asked him to come here 10 o'clock. I don't know where he went. When he entered, he said he could not find it.
He could not find it.
Now, yes, now. Okay.
What is his name? That's why they become white colored.
This is okay. Now he can go to my side.
Inside.
One thing depends.
Oh, you should not
But then
touch
he
it.
has to take off.
No, just put it inside.
Go in there, this.
Like this. Tell him that it will be like this.
Oh.
Okay?
就这样就可以了。
But inside, not outside.
那里边去。
Didi, you're not allowed to touch. You're not allowed to touch.
Oh yeah. So sorry.
No problem.
Because I don't know. I want to put it inside.
No, he will put for you.
Got it.
Okay.
So then I can bring him to there, yeah?
You can do this fast, fast.
Okay, coming back to the story. I'm coming back. What I was saying. Separation mood.
इसलिए मैंने कहा था 1 घंटे में आप चेन्नई से मान लो 1-2 घंटे में चेन्नई से आप वृंदावन पहुंच जाते दिल्ली से वृंदावन हेलीकॉप्टर में 2 घंटे में 3 घंटे में
Okay.
क्योंकि जो इंग्लैंड अमेरिका से आने में कितने घंटे
From England going to America, it's 20 घंटे.
तो मेरा है
20 hours it takes.
तो मेरे कहने की तात्पर्य
And why I'm saying this?
इंडिया में जो जन्म
Because in that person who is taking birth in India
जल्दी वृंदावन धाम में मिलन हो गया
and in Vrindavan Dham,
उनके विरोध ज्यादा हो गया
whoever goes far away from India is the more they are, because sometimes people cannot come to the Dham financially or from other reasons. They are very much longing to the Dham. Whatever reason they have, they cannot come. Then how much they're tarapta? They are very much longing. They're suffering so much, because in India, bhakti, you sulab. What is sulab? It's very easy to take up this path of bhakti because you are born, because you have sadhu sangha here. Bhagavad Saptas are going all around the place, everywhere. And in the West, where does Bhagavad Sapta takes place? Who is doing there? And if someone goes to India, then anyhow you will see this. But today, wherever you go in Bharat and India, everywhere is Bhagavad Katha. The seven days. If you have a satellite, you can see this. Everywhere is being Bhagavad Katha is being spoken. In Vrindavan, Navadvipa, Chennai, Bombay, wherever, there are being Bhagavad Saptas held. And very easy, you get sadhu sangha also in India. Very easy. And in this way, people from India doesn't have this utkanta, this very deep desire, because the people who are more further away, they have this more deep utkanta, the very desire. Like for example, Indian people are sitting here, and look how many Western people are sitting here. Because in India we have that thing which is very easy being. Then they not give that much respect. I'm going to change the battery. This is the story of our life. Pani, water is in our body. Oh yes, it was the frequency, just this, yes. Oh, it's also empty. But can we get that one from Purnima? She's translating for one person only. I don't know how many Portuguese people. Gurudev. Gurudev, battery is empty. Cannot translate anymore. Empty. Not charged. Both batteries empty. Charge? Do we have a charger? No. You have to have like a mini USB cord. Not from Samsung. No, this is Samsung. Why is it white colored? Because of separation of Krishna. this is the white color is separation
इसी तब तक
color.
में बोला है।
This is this Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. Just like in Radhaji's separation,
गौर बनो की उनके सफेद बनो की बात है। गौर बनो की
test, test,
सेवा कुंज में रास चल रही थी, फिर राधा जी मान
Test.
करके जब चली गई, राधा जी के मान बनाने के लिए
Test.
कृष्ण राधा के पीछे
Test.
पीछे आया और इमली तला पर आकर के
test.
कृष्ण राधा के चिंतन
Test.
करते करते फिर विरह में राधा जी के चिंतन करते करते अपने कृष्ण वर्ण लुप्त हो गए और
Oh, sorry.
क्या
In Radhaji's
वर्ण हो गया? सब कुछ है, बोलने में।
in Radhaji's thinking of Radhaji, Krishna got this golden complexion. Pure gold is also colored white. And this is why the explanation is being given. Mahaprabhu's Nindita Hata. That means in the white form, is it working? Nindita Harta. Yes? Nindita Hataka Kanti Kalevar. That means Nindita Hataka. Just like white colored. That's why it's being said. You cannot understand this clearly. Some is Nindika Hataka is. Okay, we'll ask Gurudev in a minute. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in this viraha, in this separation mood. And in this way, Radhaji came in Gadadhar Pandit's form and Naraji in Srivas Pandit's form and manifested in this material world. Maybe the question will come with Mahaprabhu, why did Krishna come in this material world? Because after Dwapar Yuga, in one day, once in a day of Brahma, this Krishna is coming in the form of Mahaprabhu's form. And why? There are many reasons. Okay, and why? And why he left Krishna? Why he left Krishna Varna? And why he came in Gaur Varna as a golden complexion? Gaura Goswami Maharaj explaining this, that how Krishna is suffering in his separation from whom? Krishna is also suffering in viraha, in separation from Radhaji, Srimati Radhika. He's suffering. This is what's happening. Then why he took this golden complexion? What is the reason behind this? Krishna was suffering in separation from Radhaji. And what happened in that separation? He became golden. But in Mahaprabhu's Leela, why is Krishna suffering? Oh, in Mahaprabhu's Leela, Mahaprabhu is suffering for Krishna. And the Gaur Leela, Krishna is suffering for Srimati Radhika, and in Gaur Leela, in Mahaprabhu's Leela, from inside he's Krishna, from outside he's Gaur, golden complexion. But he's experiencing the mood of Radharani, so he's suffering for Krishna.
किंतु कृष्ण विचार करने लगे
Krishna is thinking,
यदि मैं राधा के वर्णन नहीं लिया
oh, if I,
मैं किसके विग्रह में तड़प रहा हूँ
from whose that Gaur has taken the mood of Srimati Radhika and is longing for Krishna. But he's thinking, oh, I am Krishna, but how am I longing for Krishna?
उससे क्या होगा
Then what's happening? This is Leelas, is
समझ में आया
like two, yes.
इसको समझ में आया
Who understands this? That in Gaur Leela,
जैसे कृष्ण
just like
चैतन्य महाप्रभु
Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
कौन है
Who is Krishna? Is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Remember this. Who is Krishna? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
है कि नहीं
Remember this or not? Oh,
है तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु
she says not
Same है,
working.
अलग नहीं है एक ही व्यक्ति है वो कृष्ण अभी किसके विरह में तड़प रहे
Then in what separation Krishna is suffering?
करना है
This is actually like a play. Oh, not working. Did he?
यदि इसके
They say it's
ड्रामा
not
मान
working.
लिया जाए नाटक करना है
You tell them. I don't.
वो कृष्ण किसके विरह में
Krishna,
तड़प रहे हैं
in whose separation he is suffering.
केवल भाव के मैं राधा
Krishna,
हूँ
because he's thinking from inside he's Radharani, so he's suffering, he's longing for Krishna. Antar, from the inside he's Krishna, but with the mood of Srimati Radhika. This is only one person, but he's suffering for Krishna.
नीचे आ जाएगा तो
And
कृष्ण सोचेंगे मैं अपने के लिए मैं
if that bhav comes down, then how Krishna is thinking, how can I suffer for myself? So he's considering this. How can this be happening?
इसलिए कहने लगे यदि मैं कृष्ण वर्णन
This is why I'm saying,
बादल बन जाए
if we, this is like obstacles. Like,
और मैं कृष्ण
I'm Krishna, but how can I be longing for Krishna?
इसलिए योग में ने क्या कि
And this is why,
कृष्ण के सारे उनके
कृष्ण
यानी शब्द वर्ण में उसको
this is why Krishna, Gaura Mahaprabhu has this golden complexion from Srimati Radhika. Because then
मैं राधा
he thinks, I'm Radharani and I'm longing for Krishna. Oh. Do you understand? Yes.
do you understand or not
Yes.
who understood
Yes.
थोड़ा समझ में what do you understand बोला
What did you understand?
Then Mahaprabhu has to cry for Krishna because he's doing the role and Radha crying for Krishna. But if he sees that Krishna has the black complexion, then he'll cry a little bit, but after that he'll look at himself, he'll see the black color, he will remember I'm Krishna again. Then that's why he has to be white
so
color.
I am crying for myself
Why am I crying for myself?
this question
This is the question.
obstacle of his
The obstacle of his mood. Yes.
विरोध हो जाएगा
So if Krishna would think I'm Krishna and longing for himself, then it would be obstacle. So this for regard, he's thinking I'm Radha.
और my external comes
And my external complexion is also Gaur. Golden complexion. Radha complexion.
this is
This
another reason I told you why Krishna he took Srimati Radhika's complexion in our one also very nicely explained this way in transcendental Golok Vrindavan once Radha and Krishna they are meeting together very laughing and joking and speaking very nice of their own sweet pastimes. In the meantime Srimati Radhika she prayed to Krishna, hey Krishna, please give me something to me, give donation something. But what do you want? Well, Srimati Radhika told, if you promise, then you can ask. Then Krishna told, yes, I promise. What do you want? I will give to you. Well, what do you want? I will give. Then Srimati Radhika she told, if you really love to me, love means is together. And staying always together. We cannot to separate to each other. प्रेम की भी एक वैशिष्ट्य होता है प्रेम होने से प्रेमिक प्रेमिका एक साथ में ही एक क्षण काल
that two lovers, they don't want to
separate.
separate from each other.
They want to stay together.
They want to stay
That the same way
together.
Srimati Radhika she told, "Hey Krishna, I want to stay with you and never separate from you. And my whole body also. And at a time touch your whole body." इस संसार में जड़ जगत में जो हम देखते हैं आलिंगन आदि देखते हैं ना, ये कहाँ
What we are seeing, these are all transcendental things manifesting here. Whatever we see in this material world is actually just the perverted reflection of Golok Vrindavan, the other way around, the upside down. But it's the upside down, is reflection, upside down, opposite. What we are seeing around each other, people loving each other, kissing, everything, this is material. But the true form is, from Maya, it's been hidden. But in this world, what is this thing which is, it is the perverted reflection because of the material thinking, this jar, these material things, they have become durgandha, like bad, like lower. And the sense gratification is coming. The satisfaction to satisfy the senses. But actually, this aprakrit, this jagat, these transcendental things, they are eternal manifested there. And in this way, it's very difficult to understand this. Because this transcendental thing, how does this come here? This Anandamay Bhagavan, he comes in this unlimited forms, swarups, unlimited leelas he's performing, pastimes. And this Bhagavan himself, he comes to perform Ananta Leelas, unlimited Leelas and unlimited pastimes, and manifests himself in unlimited forms, living entities. And Radharani told to Krishna, I will always stay with you, because I will wrap myself around your body, in your limbs. So I will not be in separation from you. This is what Radhaji is telling. And she's saying, in this way, you're never separated from me. This is what she told. And Krishna told, okay, there is one reason. There's one reason only. Because in the transcendental world, everything is transcendental. Even the body, the roop, everything, the activities are all transcendental in the spiritual world. But in this world, our body and our Atma are different from each other, are separated. What is the difference? This Atma is eternal, the soul is eternal, and the body is temporary. The Atma is eternal, the soul, and this material body is diminishing. Sometimes you're thick, big, and sometimes you're thin. This is just like how it goes. Why I'm saying this? Because in this Chit Jagat, in this eternal spiritual world, the complexion of Srimati Radhika, the color is also Chit, is also transcendental. Chetan has also consciousness. And the Radhaji is not different from Srimati Radhika. The body and the owner of the body are the same. In this world, it's all separated from each other, different from each other. But in the spiritual world, it is the possessor of the body, and the body itself is not different from each other. So the complexion of Srimati Radhika is not different from herself. Srimati Radhika, her golden complexion, and her body, and she herself is not abhinna, is non-different from each other. Please try to understand this. Krishna takes Radhaji's complexion, then what's happening? And there's another thing is, so Gurudev is explaining that if Krishna takes something for Radhika, she will not become smaller, because infinite minus infinite is infinite. So she will be her whole. This is Chichaga, this is spiritual, transcendental knowledge. In this world, it's different. Because if you have like a stone, if you have a building from stones, if you take one stone out, then it becomes smaller. Just like Giriraj Govardhan Palikrama, we are not allowed to take stones. Because some people do their puja from that. If everybody takes his stone from Giriraj Govardhan, then what's happening? Then after some time, Giriraj Govardhan will vanish, will not be there. We cannot have darshan. And why I'm saying this, in this world, if we, this body and the possessor of the body are different from each other, but in transcendental world, not. Because Srimati Radhika's golden complexion is non-different from herself. Try to understand this. Radhaji's Angakanti, so her complexion is non-different from her. And this is how Krishna is coming from Nitya Golok Vrindavan Dham. He's manifesting on this earth, on this world. And Radhaji is thinking, oh, I will manifest myself around I will wrap myself around his body. And in the eternal Golok Vrindavan Dham, Radhaji herself has asked this boon from Krishna. What boon? Hey Krishna, I want to wrap myself all around your body, and I will not be different from you, separate from you. This bhavana is coming, this mood is coming, and Krishna is thinking, oh, how? And Radhaji has golden complexion. What color does she has? Tapta Kanchan, golden complexion. And this golden complexion that Radhaji herself is wrapping herself around Krishna. Very beautifully. Why? And if only one limb would... This is the reason Radharani did this, because she, in all limbs, his legs, his body, his stomach, everything is, in all Krishna's limbs is Srimati Radhika's complexion, not only in one. In his whole body. Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj had told this, that Srimati Radhika is in whole Krishna's body, is like a decoration. Radha Alingitam, like she embraces him, is the whole coverage, like a cover. And Radhika had covered Krishna's body completely. What is the word linga? Linga means chinna. Linga means also transcendental. Like Radhaji had covered the whole Krishna's body. Alingan covered his whole body. Krishna, when he came and manifested in Gauranga Swarup, then Radharani's color he was covered by Radharani's complexion completely. And this is why that karuna, that mercy which he manifests for all the living entities, and in the last he's manifesting this Is Krishna manifesting this or Radharani? Actually, Radharani is manifesting this because she's showing that who is giving this Prem Pradhan to all the living entities? Krishna or Srimati Radhika? This is the question. Srimati Radhika is giving. Vrindavan, who is giving Krishna Prem to? Onto the Vrindavan inhabitants. The animals, the birds, everyone. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu this Krishna came with Radhaji's complexion to deliver all living entities. But he's Radha from within, Radharani. And she is Paradukhi. She is suffering when she sees all the suffering from the living entities. So this is very special. And who's giving all this prem to all living entities? Radharani is giving. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Today is his Avirbhav Tithi, his appearance day, and his Katha we are listening to. And this is why Krishna took Radharani's complexion and came in. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is giving to all living entities in the world through this Nam Sankirtan, Krishna Prem. And through this Nam Sankirtan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is distributing this Prem Pradhan, is distributing this love for Krishna, this pure devotional love for Krishna, he is distributing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he do? He came in this avatar, in this incarnation, in this Gaura avatar, he came and he's delivering all living entities. And what kind of prem did he give? With this, like with weapons, we can make this sarir, we can destroy this body and then experience this prem. When Krishna came in the form of Mahaprabhu, there he did not kill anyone. In that Swarup, whoever came in front of Mahaprabhu, there he got this prem. There was no discrimination. Nityananda Prabhu is saying, whoever is getting darshan from him, he's being very humbly and he's telling, oh, you all chant Gauranga, Gaur Sundar's Naam, do his seva, be in thoughts of him, think of him. And when Krishna came here on this world in Vrindavan, he manifested also he manifests also his associates, so Krishna himself. But what did Mahaprabhu? So Krishna gave prem only to his associates when he came in this world. And what did Mahaprabhu? He gave to the Vishnu Brahmanda, he gave to everybody. This is his magnanimous, this is his greatness. Whoever saw Mahaprabhu was running behind him, after him. Oh Mata, with a straw between his teeth. Oh Mata, oh Behno, oh sisters, oh mother, please chant his holy Krishna names. And how did he do this? Apne acharan, he had applied this to himself and showed this to other living entities. In Chaitanya Bhagavad Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami saying, Mahaprabhu's, this is his magnanimity and greatness, because he's giving to all living entities his Krishna prema. The question is now coming. Prabhuji is asking, then why three blades of grass are between the teeth? Why is doing this? with a blade of grass between the teeth. Why? Trin means very pure.
ये symbol है।
Or symbol. It is a symbol for
कहाँ भगवान?
look where Bhagwan is and where am I, that I can be stepped upon. I'm so low. I'm very low.
और दूसरी
Very
बात है,
humble. The other thing, other meaning of this is this straw. In straws has also a certain of ahankar. Ahankar, false ego. They're also thinking, I'm Trin, I'm humble.
किंतु उससे भी
But Trinartha Pisanicha, then what is even more Trin? This straw
यदि
is
कृष्ण
being,
नाम भजन करते
is a symbol of humbleness. This is in the shloka it's being told.
ये चार
These 4 leaves, these 4 steps, these 4 parts,
इसको याद करना पड़ेगा।
you have to remember this. And don't only remember this, apply this also in your own life. Follow this.
ये महाप्रभु
And this is why Mahaprabhu came.
धारण इसलिए क्या देखा है?
He was showing very humbly,
दीनता हीनता।
dinata hinata. He was so merciful. Even that person who, the more humbler a person is, the more bhakti will rise in his heart.
जैसे चैतन्य महाप्रभु
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
वो प्रेम को आस्वादन किया।
he had relished this prem himself and he distributed to all living entities. He is making all living entities relish this.
इसलिए महाप्रभु के
This is why Mahaprabhu,
सब जीवों की दृष्टि दे करके
he is giving
मैंने भी कहा
all this person's drishti that they can see. Because Krishna had given this prem only in Vrindavan, not outside Vrindavan. But Mahaprabhu, he had given this prem to everybody, to all over the place.
क्या कि नहीं?
Did he did not or not?
चैतन्य महाप्रभु से
Where Mahaprabhu,
भालू आदि हिंसक जितने भी जंतु जानवर सबके भी प्रेम प्रदान
all the deer, all the animals also got this prem. And
उनके दर्शन से ही
Mahaprabhu,
प्रेम उत्पन्न हुआ।
even by his darshan, people got prem.
इसलिए महाप्रभु की विशेष
This is why Mahaprabhu's this greatness of Mahaprabhu.
आज हम जो गौर जयंती मना रहे हैं गौर चैतन्य
Coming in this,
महाप्रभु
we are absorbed in this mood because we have to listen to this Harikatha, to this Leela's
इसी
activities.
कथा को श्रवण करके
If we listen to this and speak this, Maya Devi will go away.
इसलिए नाम
And this is why Nam Sankirtan,
हरे कृष्ण महाप्रभु पर प्रेम प्रदान करें
Mahaprabhu is distributing this prem through what means to this Nam Sankirtan. And even he is relishing himself also. Mahaprabhu is also relishing himself very sweetly, and he distributing this. And how is he giving? Through this Nam Sankirtan. This is the greatness, because in Kali Yuga, without Nam Sankirtan, besides Nam Sankirtan, there's nothing else. By performing this Nam Sankirtan, then you have Prabhu's darshan, you see the form of the Lord, you see the temple of the Lord. Mahaprabhu is so karunamai, he's most merciful. It said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leelas, always remember his Leelas. Because Gauranga Mahaprabhu's Leelas, today, it's a very good day to remember his Leelas. From his childhood pastimes on to Grihastha, 24 to 48.
और विशेष
Yes.
करके महाप्रभु के जगत में
And-
कौन प्रकट किया
And why did he?
महाप्रभु की जगत में कौन प्रकट
Mahaprabhu,
किया?
who did Mahaprabhu had called to this world? Advaita Acharya. Mahaprabhu was called by who? Advaita Acharya.
नित्य आचरण हमें ही सर्वते मोर निद्रा भगीरथ नररम चैतन्य महाप्रभु चैतन्य महाप्रभु स्वयं इतने अद्वैत आचार्य के
Advaita Acharya had told, Chaitanya
मैं
Mahaprabhu had
तो
told,
क्षीर समुद्र में सोया
I was sleeping in Kshir Samudra in the Karana Ocean, but you had called me from there. Mahavishnu.
इसे कहते हैं मोर निद्रा भांगी लो
This is why it's being told.
कृष्ण is sleeping
Krishna is sleeping,
and then
and there,
nada means
Nara means,
इसको नरा कहते हैं
who's it called Nara?
अद्वैत
Advaita is Nara, is another name for Advaita Acharya, Nara.
right
Why?
because अद्वैत आचार्य
Because Advaita Acharya,
नहीं अद्वैत आचार्य
Advaita
अद्वैत
Acharya
आचार्य ने क्या
had,
ओंकार के द्वारा
had called Mahaprabhu,
कृष्ण के जो है हिलाया
and he made Krishna's throne shake, Krishna's place shake. This is why he's called Narahari. To push and pull, he made Krishna shake. Krishna was sleeping, but how will you wake somebody up? You have to wake someone, pushing and pulling. Are you waking someone? Are you waking somebody up? Yes, your children, for example. In this way, Advaita Acharya, he also made Krishna, he shook Krishna, pulling and pushing. And he said, oh, you have to wake up now. You have to wear your clothes, kurta. Without kurta, you cannot walk anywhere. Advaita Acharya one day told Mahaprabhu, I was sleeping, Mahaprabhu told, I was sleeping in the Kshir Samudra, in the Karana ocean. And this Advaita Acharya had to wake me up. Uto, wake up, wake up. And in this, not only in this way, also said, he also said, this is why his name is Advaita Acharya. Jai Gurudev. Then he came, Mahaprabhu's form. In this form, Krishna manifested because of the calling of Advaita Acharya. Mahaprabhu, every reason which is being told, one Vishisht Karan, one very high reason is this, prominent reason is this, Advaita Acharya. Because when Advaita Acharya had manifested, then at that time at Navadvipa he manifested here. At that time, the Brahman Panditas, he saw everything, the bad activities, bad habits. Okay. And the Pandits, nobody told the Brahmins, Pandits, they, even by fault, they were not chanting Krishna and Rama's name. So what they were doing, these Brahmins and Panditas? They were eating meat and fish. Okay, even if you eat meat and fish, please chant even chant once Krishna Ram, but even that not. Even that they didn't do. Even once. They went to Ganga Ghat, and there. And what they were doing there? They were going to Ganga, and there one Brahman to another Pandit is saying, look, this is our Gao's Pandit, the village Pandit, and they were toothbrushing there. To the other side. Like when the sun comes up, what is Purva Disha? Sun is coming up, and there we have to not brush our teeth during that period. And he took, like the Brahmins were fighting with each other. The one took the ear, the other took the nose. In which Shastra this is written? The Pandit said, In the Ganga the Ghat they came,
कम से कम कृष्ण नाम जप करो.
and if they were being told, oh, chant Krishna's name, then they said, oh no,
They are
they're just cleaning their teeth.
तो उससे भक्ति होता है क्या? ना क्या?
No, instead of chanting Krishna name, they were cleaning their teeth. Is bhakti coming from this? No. Advaita Acharya was seeing this low activities.
कोई बिल्ला बिल्ली के जो है
Some
विवाह शादी में
Bila Bili, a kitten,
गोरी
Bila
बुढ़िया अपने
Bili,
माता पिता के लिए बुलाती
cats and dogs. They were marrying each other. Like cats and dogs, they were married to each other.
गांव के जोगी ये ना क्या बोले भूल गए.
This is proverb which Gurudev was explaining.
गांव वो जोगी घर के जाओ घर के जो गांव के जो जोगी है वो कुछ हानिकारक.
Why I'm saying this?
घर का जोगी जोगड़ा गांव के जोगी सिद्ध है. आज हम लोगों
This is a proverb, and people are being told, people are saying this way,
सिद्ध माना
that
में रहता हम ये क्या है
because if people are watching from the outside, from far distance, they say, oh, this is Siddha Mahatma. But if a sadhu coming close, too close, then they are not recognizing him.
दुष्ट व्यक्ति थे गांव के.
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is explaining, once there was a Dusht Bhakti, a very evil person. And he was also Pandit, and also he was Pandit, he was rich, and he was bad. He had bad habits. And in that village there was a very simple boy, very sincere simple boy. What was his name?
याद है क्या बोला था?
Are you remembering this?
याद रखना. भक्ति प्रभुपाद को बखर
Bhaktisiddhanta
गांव में
Prabhupada.
एक सरल सीधा लड़का
This
था.
very
नाम क्या था?
sincere
नाम दिया
boy his name was Panchali? Panchali.
किंतु उसके
Panchami.
माता पिता घर के लोग
Panchali.
उस शॉर्ट करके नाम डालते.
And at that time, they were giving names.
पचा
Pacha, they were calling him. Why? Pacha. That is the name which they were calling him. Rotten doesn't mean. Because he was a very poor boy. He had not so many clothes. And when it's cold, when he catch a cold, then all the things coming out of their nose and very small children, when they're feeling cold, their mucus is coming out of their nose. And there's no one to wipe their face. Once they're wiping their face, then another time it's coming again. So what to do? You are all from the city, so you don't know this. If you're going in the village, then you'll see these things. Because they don't have any money even for medicine or something. In one village, one doctor was saying, Maharaj, to me, at one time, in my house there was a Nakrani, a maidservant. And at that time, she had a 3-year-old small child. And that small child had developed love for my child. Because she was the child of the maidservant. And she had love for my own child, the doctor's child. They were playing with each other. And my wife is also very good. If my wife was sleeping, then my child was playing with the other child. And the two childs are playing, so the maidservant can do also her work. So in this way, a couple of years passed. And the doctor was saying to our Gurudev, one day I went with my family and my wife and my child somewhere, and our house was closed, and that Nagrani, that maidservant, had no work to come. After a couple of days, I came back, but there was no child with that maidservant. I asked, "Where's your child?" And that day which you went, my child had dust, became sick, and she went to a doctor, and the doctor said, had given such medicine that one chin 400 rupees. The doctor had given one medicine which was very simple. Very many tablets. The doctors are giving so much tablets, and if they get some patient, they will try to get all the things out of it, because otherwise they will not be satisfied. Even if you are one time in hospital, then you come out with 10 medicine. That persons have to even sell their houses. They're not saying, oh, test this, because they're saying test this, and then everything by one tablet. Very poor people. So 700 rupees this medicine, and that the pharmacist said, I cannot give you only one. You have to take. And at that time, without any medicine, my child has left his body. She started crying. At this time, where would that person would get this 400 rupees from? And if you have that person, that little boy became very sick in his leg, in his stomach, but only one medicine was enough. But this is happening in villages. This is happening in villages. Okay, I'm coming back to why I'm saying this. He left his body. Small child left his body. Small child left body, had Preeti with the other child. Why I'm saying this? I'm telling about the child because she was playing with the child. What name? Panchanam. The name was Panchanam. That dot Shivji's name is also Panchanam. I'm telling you this Prabhupada's katha. That is, people are very poor in this life, very poor. They don't have any money. How will they maintain their lives? They are very cold. Where are their clothes? Sometimes I'm going there in houses of people. I'm seeing that somebody has so many clothes. Is that it's like one kapra ke dukaan, a shop, a clothes shop in somebody's house. I'm seeing this, and other people, they are so very poor. In Bharat and India, there are many. There's the very big gap between rich people and poor people. Very large gap, big gap. And even very rich people had a lot of clothes, and poor people had nothing. Have nothing. Do you understand this? Why I'm saying this? This name was Panchani. That was the name of Shivji also, Panchani. That boy who had left his body. And they made it short and they called him Pachu. And all the villages were calling him by this name, Pacha. Pacha means also rotten and also some water coming out of the nose, mucus. And it comes out. And everything becomes very soft and coming out. And that Pacha, and sometimes he's always licking this with his tongue. You have forgotten, but you also did this when you were small. You try this? You try this and this taste will be familiar to you. You will say, very tasty, salty. If I say too much, then you will be vomiting. But if you have small child, they were doing like this. Abhicha.
what is the grading? कोई चीज़ तो grade किसके आता है नहीं आता है. Everybody
Yes, he says the same thing which coming out is also inside, so no problem too. And Gurudev said, "Oh, you're doing this also, licking." Okay, coming back to the story, this pacha, and there's coming like pani water is coming out of his nose. This pacha person, very poor people sometimes become also very knowledgeable because he was very smart. And what did he do? This pacha became a district manager, district magistrate. And he went to the city. He became a district magistrate. And that persons from the village, after many days, many years, he came back to the village, and there, with a lot of cars and everything, he came. Is this the same Pacha? Yes. Pacha has become district manager. Look, when he walks here, 5 people before and behind him, and 5 people before him walking, security guards. He's a very big officer. He's walking with all things. And that persons from the village were thinking, oh, how does this Pacha become district manager? I cannot believe this, that Pacha had become district manager. The Prabhupada is telling this, that how did he become district manager? Because some legal issues. What did he? Court, yes. Some persons had to go to the court. And then they saw, oh, this Pacha is in the court. Oh, he's for real district manager. He's sitting there. And all the big people are sitting around him, advocates. They're doing this. Oh, please, please. Your honor. They're giving so much awe and reverence to him. Oh, is this like this? Who were laughing so much at small child, today he become a district manager. And that village people again came to the village. Yes, this is true. That Pacha had become district magistrate. DM. And what? And the persons from the village, they said, how can this Pacha will be Pacha? How come Pacha become district magistrate? He will be always Pacha. Pacha will be Pacha. And they were saying, oh no, I saw him in the court. And there, this district magistrate, was sitting on this asan. And there, very big, morte, advocate. What did Siddhanti Maharaj the other day tell? Gurudev. Gurudev, when I see you, I don't have Shraddha. Because, Gurudev, you are very thin looking, very thin. But I saw another Guru, and there was a big sadhu sitting with very large red collar, very big. And there I have this Shraddha. That is Guru. You are very thin. Then how did you become Guru? Yesterday he was telling this, isn't it? Yes. In this katha. Hey, Murk, you fool. Do you have to look at Guru like this? Gurudev is like this. No. Just a big Guru who is mota, that is a good Guru. The thin Guru is not Guru. Just say the Guru Pranam mantra. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. Murk, you fool. Tell me the meaning of this mantra. That Guru is bringing you from agyan to gyan, from darkness to knowledge. That person is Guru. He's opening your eyes.
मूर्ख है
You are a fool. Listen to me.
वो अज्ञान
Om Agyana Timirandasya. That guru, if he's big guru, that big guru is Agyan. And Shalakya means like one matches stick. So the thin guru,
पतली होता है
the very thin, just like a matches stick, that is Gyani guru.
बोले हाँ गुरुदेव
Ah, Gurudev. Yes, this is right what you're saying. So the Patli Guru, the thin Guru is Gyani, and the Moti Guru, the thick Guru is Agyan. Like this is how the conversation was going on. Like Gurudev was saying, if you have a fool in front of you, you have to also tell foolish things. Otherwise, they will not understand. If you will tell to a fool, Pandit, high-level things, then they will not understand.
बोले अरे हाँ हाँ मैं ये
And these village people,
मैंने देखा
they said, oh yes, I went to the court and I saw him, this Pacha.
बने ठीक है
And okay, he become district manager. Okay, but
पैसा नहीं देते
but maybe he did not get money from the government. He just
क्योंकि
because
दुष्ट लोग होता है
the evil people, they are always stuck in these negative things.
मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं
They are not ready to accept. They are just seeing all negative and all faults.
दुष्ट लोग की
Dusht people, they're just
दूसरों के
looking to everybody's faults.
इसलिए एक तरह प्रभुपाद
In this way, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada,
वो पाखंड की तरह क्या बोलते जा रहे हैं
what is he giving as explanation on this
उपाय
commentary?
प्रभुपाद इस पाखंड की तरह यह कह रहे हैं
He's saying like
कि
this,
दूसरों के स्वभाव
that
दूसरे के
evil people, you,
दोष देखें
they will always see not the glories, but not the qualities, but the faults.
हम अद्वैतवाद
Okay, coming back to the story, Mahaprabhu
जो है इस संसार में जो प्रकट है
manifested in this material world.
इसके विशेष अवदान किसका है
And what is this? What is the greatness of this? The person who called him was Advaita
हो सकता
Acharya.
है चैतन्य महाप्रभु और कुछ देर
The
में
biggest reason behind this. Maybe even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would even come after some yugas,
किंतु
couple yugas, but Advaita Acharya
प्रकट करा अद्वैत आचार्य ने
had made him, had called him.
जो अद्वैत आचार्य को
When Advaita Acharya came here,
ब्राह्मण लोग
there,
ब्राह्मण धर्म को पालन नहीं कर रहे
Brahmins were not following dharma.
पंडित लोग यथार्थ
Panditas,
शास्त्र के अर्थ
the true meaning of the scriptures, they did not know.
शास्त्र के तात्पर्य नहीं जान करके
They did not know the meaning of the scriptures, and
मेढक और
they
शिकार के
were
भांति भय 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 भय
just doing like this, bear. A frog. Like frogs.
करीब भेद कोलाहल जानते हो कि नहीं
Make kolahar, do you know that? Like a certain frog. Medoc frog, yes.
वर्षा होती है ना
When it's raining, what they are doing?
मेढक क्या करते हैं
What does the medic do?
एक
The
मेढक
frog, the first one is
साउंड करे ना
shouting, making this sound,
रॉकी
croaky,
देखो एक ही साथ में हजार
and then thousands of them cannot sleep at night, but because of the sound. Because we are from the village, we had seen this, that when it was raining, when it stopped the rain, then one frog was making the sound, croaking. What kind of sound they were making?
एक ही साथ में
Then all together, all the thousands of frogs are making the sounds, and the snake is coming and eating them one by one. In this way,
ब्राह्मण लोग पंडित लोग
Brahmins and Pandits,
बहुत सुंदर के केवल भगवत नाम ग्रहण नहीं कर पंडित कोई
they
नाम
told
नहीं करता।
Bhagavad Nam, they could not relish this, they could not say this, they could not think of this, because
लेकर के
they were doing opposite things.
भेद कोलाहल इसे करे
Like just like frogs, like this symbol,
और धनी लोग
these
औरतों के
explanations
क्या
being
व्यवहार
given.
करते हैं?
And
अपने तो बेटी है ही नहीं, बस शादी कर दिया तथापि इतने धन है धन को कैसे खर्च करें
if you don't have
दिल्ली
a child for yourself, you had married the child, and you have no money or so, then what they were doing, they were just like cats and dogs, they were marrying to each other.
भागवत में लिखा है मैंने
In Chaitanya Bhagavad it's written that in that time people were marrying cats and dogs to each other.
हैं? और बजा करके बहुत पैसा
and
खर्च
making
करते हैं।
making very a lot of money even
गरीब दुखी को
by this.
गरीब दुखी को
by-
एक पैसा साझा नहीं करते हैं।
They were taking from very poor people. They were
शराब
taking
पीते
money,
हैं।
and they were drinking
रात भर
alcohol,
शराब पी
liquor.
करके
They were
बस
drinking
अल्लाह को
alcohol, and they're making so much noise.
एक पंडित भी कभी भी
One
भूल से
pandit,
कृष्ण
by
नाम,
accident,
गोविंद नाम जप नहीं
By
करता।
accident, they even by accidentally
और
didn't
हाथ
chant
खोलते
Krishna
हैं, और
name.
व्याकरण लेकर
They were opening Bhagavad and
ये होना
they
चाहिए,
were
पाणिनि व्याकरण के अनुसार ये विभक्ति होना
they were
चाहिए,
telling
ये
all
होना
this
चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए।
things which should happen, this should happen, this should happen, this should happen, and they were not telling real Bhagavad Katha.
ऐसा। अद्वैत आचार्य उस समय
Advaita Acharya
अद्वैत आचार्य
had
क्रोधित
saw this. He was became very angry. And Advaita Acharya was thinking, oh,
महाविष्णु
I'm Mahavishnu and Sadashiv.
महाविष्णु के शिष्य
Mahavishnu and Sadashiv both together in one.
सरासी
And who's Mahavishnu? He's maintaining. And
महाविष्णु
Sadashiv
इसलिए
is
अद्वैत आचार्य
annihilating.
मैं सृष्टि करता हूँ
And
और मैं ही
Advaita Acharya was thinking, oh, I'm Shrishti, I'm creating and maintaining, but I'm also can annihilate everything because I'm also Sadashiv. Advaita Acharya was thinking this, and what happened? Transcendental sound came from the air.
हे अद्वैत
Hey,
आचार्य
Advaita Acharya, please wait, because your Prabhu,
नंदन श्याम सुंदर
Brajendra and Shyam Sundar, will come in this
वो
world.
भी नहीं बोले स्वयं
He will come
वो
himself
किसी ग्रुप प्रकट हुए
in this world.
ऐसे आकाश में नहीं तब अद्वैत
And
आचार्य
Advaita Acharya, his anger cooled down.
फिर अद्वैत आचार्य विचार
And
करने
Advaita
लगे
Acharya was thinking, oh,
ये मेरे प्रभु तो 70 होती
My
सिक्का
Prabhu-
होती 70 में कब
when will he come?
कितने साल हुई क्या बात है
How many years will it take? So Advaita Acharya, what did he do? He
तुलसी द्वार
offered
तुलसी
tulsi,
कहा जाता है
Joe, tulsi with water.
पत्ते होने चाहिए
He offered some very soft tulsi leaves.
पत्ता होने चाहिए
On both sides
और
there were
मंजरी उसी का तुलसी दल कहा जाता
tulsi dough, means two tulsi leaves with in the mid a manjari.
है गंगा जल हाथ में
And Ganga Jal
और प्रभु
he had in his hands,
प्रभु
and he was praying to Prabhu.
जी,
Oh, Prabhu, please, Jaldi, very soon. Not only Jaldi, not only fast, now manifest, he asked. Because in Bhagwan's, one day in Bhagwan's Leela is many years. So Advaita Acharya requested, please come now, immediately. Tulsi dough and Ganga Jal, if you offer this, then Bhagwan will be very pleased.
विकृत भक्त भक्तवत्सल भगवान
Bhaktavatsali Bhagwan, he is offering himself to. That's why
जल देना चाहिए
we are giving water to Tulsi every day, because this is Bhagavan is becoming pleased by this.
हमारे भक्तों
And
को
even
देने की हिचकता है
at the Dwadasi, at the day of Dwadasi, the day after Ekadasi, then it's being said you don't have to give Tulsi water on this day. But this is false. This is not true.
तुलसी में पानी
Is this written in the Shastras? No, because you will not say to the Tulsi, oh, after Dwadasi, at Dwadasi day you have to die. No,
भक्ति के अंग में
the 64 limbs of Bhakti,
देना भक्ति के अंग है
this watering Tulsi plant is also one limb of Bhakti. So you have to do this every day.
कि कहाँ से किसने कहा दिया
Some people are being told something by another one that at Dwadasi day you don't have to give Tulsi water. Where is it written? Gurudev asked.
उसमें हरिभक्ति विलास में शास्त्र
In
में
Anubhakti
क्या
Vilas,
लिखा है
in Anubhakti Vilas, what is it written? It's written in scriptures
स्वयं
that at
करना नहीं चाहिए।
Dwadasi
ज्ञान शब्द है। You should not
you should not pick the Tulsi leaves. That is it on Dwadasi day.
यही लिखा है
This is
ये
written.
लिखा नहीं है दादाजी के
It's
दिन
not written that in Dwadasi day you don't have to give water to the Tulsi.
दादाजी के दिन
In
क्या
Dwadasi
करना नहीं चाहिए?
day you don't have to pick the Tulsi.
स्वयं करना नहीं चाहिए, सुनना नहीं चाहिए।
This is it. You don't have to pick the Tulsi leaves.
इंटरप्रिटेशन करके ज्यादा बढ़ा देते हैं।
Some people are saying small things and other people are giving big interpretation to it. Even if Gurudev is telling some, for example, he's giving one example.
पाँच की बात है, छह की बात हो गई।
In 2005 or 6, he was in Barshana, and what happened? He was there in Marajamana Parikrama, and Gurudev went to a morning walk, and I was giving class, Srimad Bhagavad Gita class, and at that time, most of them Russian people came. The most people in Parikrama, at least 200 Russian people were there. Maybe 3 or 4 buses, only Russian people. 2005 or 2006, the year. And the biggest group were Russian people. Where are they now? Now they're becoming the smallest. Today, this time, they're becoming very small group. At that time, it was very large group, Russian people. At least 3-4 buses. You think of this. In one bus, there were only 50, like 60 people. Okay, that Russian people were sitting in front of me, and I gave one shloka of the Bhagavad Gita. Patram pusham pralam toyam joy my bhakti prayachiti. In this shloka, I was giving lecture, and the Russian, what did they do? He was translating, and I said, if Bhagavan's very pleased by someone, that you attend the bhakti, because with bhakti you have to offer patra, this leaf, pushpa, flower, polong, flowers. Tvayam means very soon. Then I will, Asnami, I will take this in Sakshat Rup. I will take this in directly. Yes. That Bhagavan is saying is Gita, I will take this myself. And then what happened? This Patra's word came, Tulsi leaf, you have to offer to Tulsi leaf to Bhagavan. But that translator, he was interpreting, and he was saying, and Russian people were asking in Russian, oh, but in Russia it's very cold, -10 degrees. How will I get Tulsi leaf? How will I get Tulsi leaf? I'm going to Russia, and here sometimes bhaktas from here, the devotees from here, take old Tulsi leaves, dry them, and then take them to Russia. And where do I find Tulsi Patta, Tulsi leaves? And that translator was saying, if you will not find Tulsi Patta, then you have to give just any leaf. The translator told, just give any leaf. And even in the road, you find some grass. But that person, that translator, was translating this and answering these questions and interpreting on himself. If you can't find Tulsi Patta, just do anything. Just give anything. Just give grass. Okay. Grass is also one leaf. What did he do with the interpretation? Tulsi Patta? The Tulsi leaf? He had given the interpretation, oh, just give any leaf. And he was interpreting this. But I said, if you Guru Vaishnava, if you don't have anything, then just give one Tulsi leaf. And that interpretation already came before. Then, if you don't have Tulsi leaf, then just give any leaf. When Gurudev came from the morning walk, and that 50, 60 devotees from Russia, they were standing with the grass in their hand instead of Tulsi Patta, because they were thinking, oh, just give any leaf. That 60 Russian devotees just took some grass from the ground and then stood in front of Gurudev. Gurudev he was saying, am I a cow or so that you have to give me grass? And he was asking me, oh, but Maharaj told that you have to give Guru Vaishnava grass. From Tulsi Patta came grass. Gurudev chastised. And did you? This is not what I have told. I just told Tulsi Patta, the Tulsi leaf. Patra pusham phulam toyam. I just saw Patra. I just told Patra, and they themselves had made this up. This is the interpretation. This is coming by yourself within themselves. From Tulsi Patta, it became grass. And I did not say I said, Gurudev, you can give tulsi, but what happened? It became grass. So sometimes the person who translates gives the own interpretation and goes furthermore and comes in another place. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada are saying that pandits sometimes are getting something from scriptures and leaving the real commentary or the real truth behind this and going somewhere else and reaching another place. From artha it becomes anartha. Artha means from artha to anartha. With many interpretations it becomes anartha. It becomes not the truth. And this is why Advaita Acharya was very angry, because these brahmanas, these pandits, they do not know the real meaning of the scriptures. They are just giving something from superficially they are giving. And just like a frog, they are just like this, making the sounds. Advaita Acharya said, what did Advaita Acharya do? He offered tulsi dal and Ganga jal. And he offered this to Bhagavan. And he said, very quickly, don't delay. And Advaita Acharya heard this. By hearing the prayer of Advaita Acharya, the more higher devotee is, you have to listen to a very high bhakta. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying this. That person, that Suddha Vaishnava, the higher the Suddha Vaishnava is, the more Bhagavan will accept him, his offerings. Because just like us, Bhagavan will not directly accept our offering, but Suddha Bhaktas, he will accept it from them. This is why Advaita Acharya, for this reason, Lord has listened to his prayer and he descended from Golok Vrindavan in this material world in the form of Sachidananda Gaurhari. This is why he came as Gaurhari in Gauranga form. And by manifesting in this Gaur form, many reasons are given for this. Because of the calling of Advaita Acharya, Krishna himself manifests in the form of Gauranga's form. And Mahaprabhu, how did he give the Kalyan, the living entities, how did he make them fortunate? Mahaprabhu, this kirtan is being given about Mahaprabhu, Radha Prana Mahima. What is the greatest, the last limit of her love, of the prema of Srimati Radhika, the very highest stage of this prema? Who had given the katha in the katha on this world? Who has manifested this? This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had given this. The Radhaji's, the greatness of Radhaji's love, he had shown. And he had relished this himself also. The Vraja Gopis, the bhav, which the very highest bhav he had shown to this material world. What is this parakiya bhav? That even Sahajiyas, like other people, they are giving other meanings of this bhav.
जगत में
But Mahaprabhu,
क्योंकि जो है
what did he do? This Gopi Bhav, this Parikitya Bhav, he had manifested in this world.
किस प्रकार गोपियां
That how the gopis,
कृष्ण के प्रति प्रेम रखा,
how they had so much love for Krishna. Mahaprabhu had shown this.
वो प्रेम को आस्वादन करके
And
और वो
he
प्रेम को जो
even
है
relished this prem himself and distributed to all the living entities.
आस्वादन करो।
He relished this.
ये चैतन्य महाप्रभु की
This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is his greatness, his magnanimity.
यदि
This is why it's said,
तबे की हुई तो केमने धरी तांदे राधार महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगते जाना। ये प्रेम की महिमा
this is the glories of prem.
और वही प्रेम की महिमा
And this prem, this
चैतन्य
this
महाप्रभु
pure
रूप
love
गोस्वामी के द्वारा
that Mahaprabhu had given through Rup Goswami Pad had been preaching this and wrote all these books.
ऐसे सुंदर अमृतमय ग्रंथ की जो है
These very nectarian books he manifested.
वास्तव रूप में
And in true form, he had shown what is this real prem. Just for example, some people are eating this good, like sugar. Malas. Oh, malas.
यदि उसके पास यदि खर्चुम दिया जाए
And if you give them something
ब्रजवासी को
higher, the very sweet thing from the Brajvasis, will they eat this malas? No. Only sugar? No. Because they're tasting something higher, they will throw this good away.
क्या खाएंगे?
What will they eat?
मिठाई सबसे उत्तम कटेगरी मिठाई खाएंगे।
They will take this very sweet thing.
जो संसार के जीव जो
And this is why I'm saying this. The living entities in this material world,
थोड़ा सा
if they get this really small part of Radha Govinda Prem Mahima, then by themselves they will leave all other lower
इसलिए
things.
तो कहते हैं
And why I'm saying this?
जो चैतन्य महाप्रभु
Because
जो
Mahaprabhu, the thing which he is giving, which he's relishing also and distributing, if he even tastes this for a very, very small part, very thora, very, very small, so much bliss will come. And all the material things, you will not have taste for this anymore. If you have some small taste for this, that's the reason why you have come. Even Abhas, like a shadow of this Ashwaran. Something has happened, isn't it? Otherwise you would not come here. Something has.
something जो है इसलिए तो आप लोग आए हैं।
That's why you have come.
यदि को कुछ नहीं हुआ
And if nothing would happen, then you would not accept all this. Then why you would put tilik on your head? Then why you would leave listen piyaj? Why would leave onion garlic? Why would you leave meat eating? Were you eating this? No. Oh, you were not eating? Oh, no problem.
अभी क्यों नहीं खाते?
And why you are not eating all of this?
क्यों नहीं खाते? बताओ।
Why? Tell me why? Why you've eaten meat before? Then why you're not eating it anymore? Something has happened, isn't it? Are you understanding this? That's something happening. Anubhav is coming. This is why you left all these lower things.
इसलिए आप लोग मांस मछली नहीं खाते।
This is why you're not eating meat anymore and you're not drinking alcohol anymore. You have to have abhas, even a shadow of this bhakti abhas, shadow of this must happen. Otherwise, some people are saying, oh Maharaj, nothing is happening to me. And I'm telling them, how come? Because if you have a seed, then you're giving water, then it will sprout. It will sprout, the seed anyway. Then you cannot say, oh, nothing has happened. But it takes time. If you put water in the seed, then it takes some time that the water comes out, that it will sprout and it will come out, sprout. And after, to grow, when it has to grow, it takes time. And in this way, you're coming, what Mahaprabhu is giving, something is happening. And you cannot say, nothing has happened. This is not true. Because even only a Uttam Mahabhagat can say this. That they're saying this. That they're saying, oh, I don't have any love in my heart. Even not the fragrance of love. Only that person can say this.
हृदय में कहा जाता है।
This is very humble. We don't have any humble or mercy or
अभी जो है
or
जो करे वो सकता है, किंतु आभास है।
we don't have this in our
कौन है
heart.
आपका?
This daina, this
जितने आप प्रयास करते जा रहे हो, वो बढ़
merciful.
रहे हैं। है कि नहीं? Try to understand.
And try to understand this. The more you will grow in your bhakti, the more you
इसमें तो आप
will
भक्ति
come
का है, इतने दूर से देखो,
merciful and humble. Look from where all these people has come, from very far. How much money you have paid to come here? For what? Tell me.
हो रहा है आपका।
Tell me. Because it's
Depression होने का
happening.
कोई कारण ही नहीं।
It's not no reason for any depression. Don't go into depression mood. It's not no reason for depression. Because
कुछ आपको करा रहे हो।
Bhagwan is doing everything for you.
गुरुदेव एक कदम बोले,
My Gurudev was telling always this.
गुरु के जैसे
If you just put like blindfold yourself and sit there. Just do like this.
गुरुदेव blindfold,
Gurudev was telling just blindfold yourself. It's not necessary to make your mind disturbing because everything is happening. If you have a Satguru, then if you chant holy names, then everything will happen for you. But what are you doing, Dunis? What are you doing? If you're sitting, chant holy names. Harinam, Nam Rupi. Now, chant the holy names. Lotanjas Thakur is saying, just sit in the boat of Harinam. Just take shelter there in the boat of Harinam. And who is the captain? Who is the boatman of that boat? Shri Guru. This is why I'm saying this is why Harinam Rupi. Sit in the boat of Harinam and Shri Guru is your boatman. Don't worry about this. Just chant the holy names. And don't say, oh, I chant holy names and nothing has happened. Chant holy names. Nami Kali Yuga mein. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving these teachings to all the living entities. This name, holy name, is the essence of all. Today is Chandragrahan. Wat is Chandragrahan? Maansverduistering. Ja, wat is het? Ja, maar in het Engels. Dark, when the moon becomes dark. When the full moon is coming, then Mahaprabhu has appeared. When all people took bath in the Ganga and chanted holy names, at that time Chandrama had manifested himself fully. And everybody was chanting. And what names they were chanting? That person who removes all the sins of persons is Shri Hari. When Gaura Sundar manifested, then at that time, through Nam Sankirtan, Mahaprabhu had appeared in this world by chanting. And in this way, Gaura Sundar had distributed his Nam Sankirtan. And actually, his lila is very large because he was in school and he was learning all knowledge. He had all knowledge.
यहाँ तक भी नहीं,
And
बड़े-बड़े पंडित को वो
even very big pandits, he was teaching them.
बड़े-बड़े पंडित को परास्त
He was teaching also very large pandits that how much knowledge he
नाम हो
had.
गया निमाई पंडित।
His name became Nimai
बड़े-बड़े
Pandit.
पंडित लोग डरते थे।
When big pandits heard his name, then they were afraid.
ऐसे निमाई पंडित।
How this Nimai Pandit?
बड़े-बड़े पंडित लोग आने में उनके सामने में डरते
Very
थे।
big pandits came in front of him and were afraid of him.
भगवान तो
Because
एक शब्द के
Bhagwan,
लिए कितने शब्द बना
with one word, he's making so many words, so many meanings.
भगवान भट्टाचार्य जी के साथ
Sarabham
चैतन्य
Bhattacharya,
महाप्रभु के साथ
together with
शास्त्र
Mahaprabhu, they
discussion।
had discussions of the scriptures.
वो कौन सा श्लोक था?
Which shlok they had?
आत्मा रामश्च मुनियो निकुंतो परिपूर्णम। इस श्लोक पे जो है
This shloka, they deliberated.
करना था महाप्रभु के साथ। सर्व भट्टाचार्य
Sarabham Bhattacharya,
9 अर्थ बताए।
he had given 9 meanings of this shloka. 9 meanings. Atmaram.
निकुंतो परिपूर्णम। और महाप्रभु ने
And Mahaprabhu, he,
और महाप्रभु ने क्या की?
what did he do?
एक अर्थ की भी
He
परसेंट
took
नहीं किया।
all,
और अलग करके महाप्रभु
he did
ने
not even touch
18
this
वही जो आत्मा रामश्च
this
मुनियो निकुंतो
reasoning from Sarabham Bhattacharya. Athara? 100? Athara. 18. He get given 18.
64 प्रकार के अर्थ बताए।
Chausat? 64 means. He had given 64 reasons.
जितने मायावादी लोग होते हैं ना,
Mayavadis,
धुरंधर पंडित होता है।
they are thinking like Dhurandhar Pandit, like very big pandits.
एक भी कारण नहीं था।
Actually,
वो नाजुनी
they are,
जाए, वो लोग
even
अपने
if
श्लोक
they are,
कर देंगे।
if they're losing, they just create their own shlokas. They say, oh, this is from Padma Puran, they create their own shlokas.
तो शास्त्र में
It is even not the scriptures, and they create
इमेजिनरी श्लोक की याद करते हैं,
imaginary
श्लोक रचना करते
shlokas they making.
हैं। और देख करके बोलते हैं, पद्म पुराण
And
में है।
in Padma Puran, this is it.
पद्म पुराण आपके पास थोड़ी है।
This is it. Do you have Padma Puran?
बोले evident in
No, they say, oh, the evidence. Because you won't have Bayu Puran in front of you, but they just say, oh, this is the evidence from there. This Dush Pandits, this very evil Pandits, they're doing this upside down everything. Because they are very quickly, Sanskrit shlokas, because they know Sanskrit, and very quickly they make up these Sanskrit shlokas. But it's not even there in the Puranas. But they're just saying this.
जैसा हमारे गुरुदेव बामन गोस्वामी
Just like our Gurudev, Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he was saying,
कुछ आजकल पंडित लोग एक
the Pandits from today,
क्या भागवत
they are
देवी भागवत
giving one Bhagavad, Devi Bhagavad.
पाठ होते हैं ना दिल्ली में।
And it's being in Delhi.
मेरे व्यास ने कहाँ लिखा है? 18 भागवत में देवी भागवत है
And
क्या?
Vyasdev in the 18 Bhagavad
देवी भागवत
is Devi Bhagavad is not even there. It does not even exist.
भागवती होनी चाहिए।
Bhagavad you should have.
होनी चाहिए।
Devi Bhagavati.
देवी भागवत शब्द नहीं
Devi
रखा।
Bhagavad is not even a word.
क्योंकि पंडित लोग क्या करेंगे?
But what are Pandits doing? From their minds, they're thinking of this and they're writing this Devi Bhagavad.
अरे देवी भागवत तुम्हारे कहाँ से हो गया?
But where does it come from? This Devi Bhagavad.
और इस उल्टी सीधा भी कर।
And they're telling everything upside down.
मायावादी और तुम्हारे ज्ञानी को ना
And
हराना इतना सहज नहीं है। और भगवान भी कहते हैं चलो ऐसी माया में पड़े रहिए। शंकराचार्य जी बोले जा इनके और भी बोलो
and
ठीक कर लो। ओम परमात्मा
they're telling
मंत्र
like
जपा।
all these Aham Brahmasmi mantras, they're chanting this and giving all these meanings.
इसलिए
This is why
चैतन्य महाप्रभु
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
नाइट पंडित जी बड़े-बड़े पंडित के शास्त्र युक्ति के द्वारा
he
को
was
पछाड़ दिया।
he was defeating all these big pandits.
महाप्रभु के निकट आने में जाता है। और एक दिन
Okay.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु
One day Chaitanya
गंगा
Mahaprabhu
के तट पर
was sitting on the bank of the Ganga
अपने मित्रों को लेकर के अपने
together with his
बैठे थे। और
associates.
ठीक उसी दिन
He
एक ब्राह्मण आ गया
one day one Brahmin came
हजारों जो है शिष्य के साथ
with thousands of disciples,
ये सब का संग्राम
Kiss of Kashmir.
है। बहुत धुरंधर पंडित पृथ्वी में
A
सबसे
very
बड़े
big
पंडित को
pandit.
जो है पराजित करके आए नवद्वीप।
He came to conquer Navadvipa with his weapons. Actually, people were studying also scriptures of Shastras, of how to use this weapon.
स्त्रियां जो है
Even women, they could also use these Shastras. They could also read the Shastras like the scriptures they were studying also.
लोग सोचते हैं अरे स्त्रियां
People are thinking, oh, women are not so qualified to be intelligent and everything, but this is not the thing.
ये समस्त स्त्रियों के
They were also having this scripture, knowledge of scriptures.
विद्वान भी है
They are very vidyavan, very learned.
पंडित को जो है वो
Big pandits, they are giving this knowledge.
चलो
Okay,
ये सब कश्मीर
case of Kashmir,
महाप्रभु का डाल
he came to Mahaprabhu.
तट पर श्री चरण महाप्रभु अपने
He came there to Mahaprabhu with all his sishyas. Mahaprabhu was sitting there. And at that time,
महापंडित
Mahaprabhu
हाथी घोड़े के साथ
came with his elephants and horses with big pandits, and he came and
युद्धं देहि
he said, Yuddham Dehi. That's saying that he said, come and fight with me,
बड़े बड़े पंडित लोग शास्त्र
go on war with me.
विचार करते
The big pandits at that time were also learning from the scriptures how to make war. And
बंदी बना रहे
if they were making people their servants, like prisoners.
हजारों लोग सेना आदि
And
लेकर के आए
this case of Kashmir, he came with an army of 1,000 people.
पंडित के साथ
And he
पंडित
came,
गए
and
ये केशव कश्मीर के साथ
that case of Kashmir, who will fight with this case of Kashmir? This was the question.
सब लोग डरने लगे
Everybody got scared
कुछ ब्राह्मण तो भाग गए
because some Brahmins even went away.
और ये विचार पंडित लोग मन में विचार करने
And
लगे देखो हमारे गांव
Big,
में निमाई
large pandits were thinking,
सबसे ठीक
oh,
करते रहते
the Nimai from our
बड़े
village
बड़े बात करते रहते
is always giving the small boy
शिक्षक
is always given a lot of shiksha and defeating all brahmanas and all the panditas. He's defeating all of them.
पंडित को
He's defeating all the big pandits.
इसलिए पंडित लोग भी मन में विचार
And this
करने
is
लगे
why pandits were thinking,
महाप्रभु के बोले जाओ
oh,
ये बालक
we should send this Mahaprabhu. And then
महाघमंडी उन्होंने क्या की
what did he do?
महाप्रभु के पास आए
He came to Mahaprabhu,
जहाँ पर महाप्रभु
where
अपने भक्त
Mahaprabhu
को लेकर के
was with his
गंगा के तट पर
bhaktas
बैठे हुए थे
and was sitting at the bank of the Ganga. And he only said two shlokas. Tell me the greatness of this Ganga, he said.
केशव कश्मीर
Case of Kashmir.
सरस्वती के बर पुत्र थे सामान्य भी नहीं था
He had
सरस्वती के बर पुत्र
he was Saraswati's putra.
हजारों श्लोक
He was the
एक साथ
son.
वो उच्चारण करने वाले था
But he knew 1,000 slokas
और बताओ
without any
हजारों
faults.
श्लोक के जो कीर्तन करने वाला था वो
1,000
केशव
slokas he was saying, oh,
और
Case of
जिस
Kashmir.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु
And
निकट
Mahaprabhu,
चौतारा पर बैठे
he was sitting there and
पूर्व काल कहाँ जाना है उसके लिए विचार कर रहे थे
he was thinking, oh, where to go to the next place. But
विचार करने एकादशी सब एकादशी करें निर्जला
he was saying everybody's doing Ekadashi, Nirjo Ekadashi.
ऐसे
And Nirjo means without drinking one drop of water. Nirjo.
उसमें ये क्या बोल रहे हैं
What I am saying,
ये सब कश्मीर
this case of Kashmir
बड़े सब बड़े बड़े पंडित
was telling to all the biggest pandits, he was with all his sishyas, with all his disciples, he came. And Mahaprabhu was sitting on the bank of the Ganga also with his sishyas, with his disciples.
तो केशव कश्मीर जब
The case of Kashmir, when he came,
महाप्रभु के साथ
and Mahaprabhu, they started the discussion.
महाप्रभु बोले
Mahaprabhu told,
व्याकरण के शिशुशास्त्र
Oh.
ब्राह्मण शिशुशास्त्र
I am,
व्याकरण की पढ़ाता हूँ आपके साथ में क्या
what can I learn you?
आपको
Because you are Mahapandit.
विनाद विष्णु के मूर्त विग्रह
He was the embodiment of this Trimanatapi Sunichina Mahaprabhu. And he told, oh,
आप तो बड़े पंडित हो आप
you are a very big Pandit, so how can I What can I give you?
केशव दास में बोले
But
नहीं
Keshav Kashmir said,
मैं
no,
आपकी महिमा को सुना
I want to make you listen. I have heard
केशव
your
दास ने
glories.
कर्म किया था
Because Keshav Kashmir,
सरस्वती के
he was
गौर पाता मर्सी और
the recipient mercy of Goddess Saraswati. He had got the mercy of Saraswati Devi.
तो महाप्रभु दीनहीनों के
Mahaprabhu, he was very humble, and he said, okay, I have to have started a discussion about the Shastras with you at the bank of the Ganga. Just tell some glories of the Ganga, he told Mahaprabhu. And Keshav Kashmir told,
ठीक है मैं
he said, okay, I will start.
क्योंकि उनके
Because
दिमाग में कौन बैठ गया
his tongue, who was sitting on his tongue? Saraswati Devi.
मर्सी ऑफ
He was the recipient mercy of the goddess of knowledge, Saraswati.
द गॉडेस ऑफ नॉलेज सरस्वती देवी
The goddess of knowledge, she was sitting on his tongue.
तो एक ही साथ में गंगा की
And
महिमा हजारों श्लोक के द्वारा
thousands of shlokas. They were doing kirtan about the Ganga. They told shlokas about the Ganga. Thousands of shlokas. The greatness of the Ganga, they told, the glories.
वर्णन होने के बाद केशव दास
After glorifying this, Keshavji sat down. And Mahaprabhu said, Keshavji said to Mahaprabhu, you tell the shlokas, the stutis which I did from Ganga.
और केशव दास ने
Keshav Kashmir told,
ये आपको कैसे लगा
how did you find these
कोई एक
shlokas?
श्लोक की जो है
Was there one shloka? Just pick one shloka and tell me the artha, the real meaning about this. But Mahaprabhu is Swayam Bhagwan. So,
मैं हजारों श्लोक जो बोला
at the 1,000 shlokas, one shloka he picked out from this, and
जाओ उठा लिया सर्व हटा के चक्र में ये कैसे हो
he picked one shloka.
जल्दी जल्दी
And then this Keshav Kashmir was thinking, oh, in one time I had taught so many shlokas, and how did he pick only one shloka out of this? Keshav Kashmir was thinking, oh, maybe something's going on. Okay, tell me, is there any fault in my shlokas? My shlokas are all perfect.
किंतु महाप्रभु ने
But Mahaprabhu, what did he say?
आपकी तो पंडित तो अपूर्ण सुंदर
You are Pandit.
आपने जो गंगा के श्लोक बताया
You told the Ganga shlokas very nicely and beautiful, but there's one thing
एक से साथी सती रमणी के
that the
देखने
true
में सुंदरी हो
essence,
किंतु एक
it is very beautiful, but
राजी आपके शरीर में कहीं लग गया
this leprosy, just like a person has leprosy, his body is impure. You told in this way also Ganga stutis, prayers, but this also happened to this. Keshav Kashmir said, oh, there's no fault in my shlokas, I know this for sure. Why? Because he knew I was not saying this, I was not written this. Saraswati Devi herself, Saraswati Devi had told this. Is it mine? No. It is Saraswati Devi's.
तथापि वो गंभीर होकर के बोले केशव कश्मीर बोले
Keshav Kashmir
मेरे श्लोक में कौन सा दोष है आप
told, oh, is there any fault in my shlokas? You have to tell.
बहुत सुंदर है
Mahaprabhu told, oh, your shlokas are very beautiful, but there are five
और 5 गुण भी
There are 5 dos and 5 guns. There are five qualities, but also 5 dos, 5 faults. When he heard the name dos, then Keshav Kashmir was very, oh, how can it be that my shlokas has some dos, some faults, some errors?
जितने प्रकार की बल है शक्ति है सबसे
The
बल
more,
माना जाता है
the more the strength is coming, like that person who is the most strong is the person who has giving the bird the boon from the devatas, becoming the most strong. And in this way, Keshav Kashmir was thinking, oh, I have also this boon. But Mahaprabhu showed this 5 dosas, 5 faults. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his faults in the shlokas. And Keshav Kashmir was very ashamed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mani Manidin, he gave all respect to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu pacified him, and he came, and Mahaprabhu was thinking, this small child, because this case of Kashmir was thinking, this small child has won from me in the scriptures. And he was praying to Devi Ma, to Saraswati Devi. She manifested there. And she said, the Devi herself said, oh, look, this shloka from this book, the shlokas which you have told, this is not the real meaning. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he had told, this is the right conclusion, the right essence. Just for example, the shloka, case of Kashmir, Ganga Mahima. That what is the greatness of the Ganga? Brahmaji's kund is manifested from Bhagirath Ganga. That 7,000 sons with the Raja and Bhagwan Kapil Dev. What did he do? Sagar Maharaj, with his 7,000 sons, he killed them. You understand this? And what did he do? He came in Brahmaji's feet, and there he gave this Ganga Jal. And there, Bhagirath Rishi, when he came, he touched, by touching this Ganga Jal, the 7,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj had become alive again. Yes, came to life again. And why I'm saying this? Because the essence of the scriptures are being given by Sadguru, and you have to hear from him. Chaitanya Bhagavata is being written. The same Bhagavad, different people are reading Gyanis, but how to know this? How to know the meanings of this? In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was giving respect, and people are laughing and clapping. And Mahaprabhu said, "Look, I am just a small child, and you are so learned scholar. I'm just giving the true meaning of the Sanskrit verses." Mahaprabhu said, "No problem, come tomorrow, and tomorrow I will give you the essence, the meaning of the scriptures, I will tell you." The case of Kashmir was so ashamed. He was thinking, oh, even many pandits I've conquered, and I came to Navadvipa, and such a small boy had defeated me. And many people he conquered. And at the bank there, Mahaprabhu, the small boy, had won from him. But even biggest pandits, I have won from them. And today, this small bacha, this small child Nimai, I have lost from him. And he was very sad, very sad. And at that time, he was sitting very, very morose. But Thakurji appeared for him. He said, "This is not your fault," because Thakurji appeared, and he said, "Look, case of Kashmir," he said, you don't know this, but this Nimai is not a normally ordinary boy. From the outside, he's looking as an ordinary boy, but he's not an ordinary boy. He is Sri Krishna Vardhanjan Sham Sundar himself. And he's my Swami. He's my Swami also. I'm your Dasi. The Devi, the Thakurji, which he was... Saraswati Devi was his Thakurji. And she was telling to Kiss of Kashmir that you are actually very fortunate, because this Nimai, you have had association with him. And Sadhu Sangha had been given there.
महाभाग्यवान
So you're very Mahabhagyavan, very fortunate.
साधारण व्यक्ति नहीं
Nimai Pandit is not an ordinary person.
और मैं तो दासी हूँ
And I am Dasi. I am a maidservant. And I am his maidservant also. So how can I tell you this?
मैं माया दासी
I'm Maya Dasi. I have left Krishna and I became Maya Dasi. But wherever my Prabhu is, therever I am also.